Hello and welcome to WTCL Season 5. This is the new era with the V8 on the Nürburgring. We are starting the season here. And as you Ventura starting P1 in style, but it's already Nomura after P1.
Nomura gets a great start.
The rest of the top three had a good start, but the rest of them seem to be coming slow off the start.
Well, Nomura's going to lead into turn 1. Followed by Ezio, then Cordova, Munat, and D8.
Nomura goes wide.
Ezio goes with wide. Cordova's going to take B2. You would fancy him anyway, to round the outside. Maybe. Oh, that gets a bit tight. Oh, Ezio with the half spin. Now sends it down the inside. And
you're on flag already. Proba's first.
Woohoo!
Oh, that was Munat sliding.
Mendes and Munat in a battle here for P6. Mendes trying it around the outside. Link was holding him off and possibly being the slowest Swede since Zlatan Ibrahimovic ever stepped on the field, age 35. Now they go down here into the hairpin. Nothing really happening here. Nomura has pulled a massive gap of almost 3 seconds at the start. Because the top three were battling, but Nidayev maybe tries a move out of this Schumacher S's.
Now Hackinson trying to overtake Babinus into for P8.
Yep, 2 people who are very experienced, and Hackinson nearly we got a bumper off. I think that might be Cordova's.
It is. Cordova's front bumper.
Oh, what happened there?
Cordova has.
I think it's smashed into Ezio.
Let's have a look. We know these cars had issues in pre-season testing with the corners. Whoa!
Oh.
Cordova's a victim. To be fair, I'd argue driving for Nürburgring in general is like being a victim, but still.
Ezio goes wide and Cordova just...
Cordova can really do there. He's come for the corner blindsided. And...
Yeah, but...
That's a sad first lap for Cordova, who probably has to retire now.
No, they changed the... They give a new front bumper, I think Cordova will be back.
But then massively at a disadvantage down the field. I don't think it's worth trying to race this car.
Oh, and Hackinson also down to last place.
Oh, what happened there? But did he spin? He had massive issues coming off that corner. Touch Nikolaev
and Nikolaev is up to old season 2 antics again. If you know, you know.
I mean, Hackinson, there was just too much speed.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, they made a little bit of contact, but I think it's not a penalty-worthy incident.
Cordova has successfully made it into the pits, so
see the
first pit lane entry of WTCL Season 5 is a success, which might not sound like a lot, but given some of the issues we've had at certain places,
here comes
Munat. Envy versus Waimayori, used to be Shrewsbury, so there we go, it continues, but Munat is ahead. Lingua sends it back down the inside, now Mendes gets involved. Babin's on the back of this train as well. Mendes with a slight loss of the front there. Goes down the inside on Munat. Babin's still stalked from behind these lot. And then back in 8th place is Leicester, about a second down the road. But Mendes half spins. Munat nearly full spins it. Drops behind Babin. Leicester's in this fight as well.
Meanwhile, Madison has dropped down 5 places. A very interesting development.
This is Madison. But there's Balachin. There's you and Nikolaev.
Oh, there's 2 French cars.
It's Tabergian versus Platinum, a rivalry on and off the track, really. As
that makes the French-English rivalry look young.
On the French flag cars rivalry.
If you had to write a book about the number of incidents between...
and I just smashed it into Nikolaev.
Knight's in the point somehow.
So out of the pits about 30 seconds off the next car.
I mean, it's not impossible for Cordova to come back. If
he could be completely fueled up and maybe have an advantage to do the pit stops.
He just saved 1 lap, so I don't think
Madison under pressure
he can make
Betsky.
it.
Just your daily remote.
Oh.
Nice.
I think that's an issue for all the cars here. For all the drivers here. This corner in particular has been probably a danger.
Well, these cars don't have a lot of downforce. So it's very I mean, we saw this in pre-season testing. They don't have a lot of downforce, so it's so easy for them.
I want Sebastian Goldschmidt to wrestle this car from Monaco.
Well, meanwhile, Kyosuke Nomura has booked out. He's gone 3.5 seconds clear and said, "Nah, mate, I'm out of here. Fuck you lot." Just absolutely blazing
Ezio just had the fastest lap.
Ezio's second, has got the fastest lap though. Then Demian Dye, who is in third place. Good race for him so far, having started P6.
Stop jinxing, he almost spun there.
Well, I haven't jinxed anyone, so it's fine. And there's Babinu in the Envy train. Oh, sandwich, not train. Then Leicester, who's in P8, having started 13th, so decent race for him so far. And then... Oh, that's Minat down the inside. Goes down the inside. Babinu's going to come back on the inside. Minat's head. Oh, spins! That's what I mentioned. It's so easy. You carry a little bit too much speed or a little bit too much...
Oh, what happened to Firmino? Oh, Firmino is out.
Oh, Firmino's out.
He was in the points.
That's what happened. Oh, that's a mechanical failure. Bit of an eccentric way to go out there, but there we go. As I was going to mention, it's just so easy with these cars. You know, you get on the throttle a second too early, you get on the power bit. Well, same thing really. You get on the throttle a second early, or you don't brake. Like, you don't brake a second. All of a sudden, the car's just not there with the downforce this year. But this is Leicester and Munat fighting. Leicester goes down the inside at the hairpin. And Munat's going to come back on the outside. And as they come off the corner, Munat, Leicester. Munat, Leicester, that is the order. And Boucher. And then Balashin, who rounds out your top 10. And Bixino and you. And Knight and Nikolaev, 2 female drivers. Then Madison. Ahead of Odell.
He's Roder and the Shogun.
Yep, the new Shogun Yakai founded out, well, rebranded from Cosworks. Odell jumped ship from Drake to them. Hasn't had a particularly special weekend, qualifying down in 22nd, but she's in the hunt for points right now. Then Betsky, her teammate, who's been underwhelming in Season 4.
The Iron Side.
And then here comes the Iron Side. Yeah, Kenneth Lim, who was one of the more highly rated young drivers on the grid, he's currently ahead of his teammate Dan Kakral. Ironside haven't really come forward with a package that I think some of us expected from them to have, though, down in 19th and 20th at the moment. Then Corleone, on his return to the main WTCL series, arguably hasn't really been the same since he died at Spa in Season 2, but he's been here and there. And then further down you see like your upside downs, Goldschmidt, Hackinson, Ramakas, who's down the field in Rango, and then there's Goldschmidt and Hackinson after his mistake. Lost to pit.
Fantasy now 26th, and Firmino just retired.
Yeah, not a good weekend for Santos, who were one of the main title contenders coming into this season, of course. There's Cordova. And well, Nomura is... Well, I'd argue he's quite enjoying his race out in front right now. He's got a 4-second lead in Ezio, and... Well,
Mendes at the fastest lap.
Mendes says the fastest lap of the race. And on the topic of Nomura, it's your reminder that Nürburgring gave up him for Benjamin Allison. So, you know, that here's Leicester on board. Shouldn't be able to do anything here.
You see how hard it is to control this car?
Yeah, like, you see what I mean? When you're braking,
just resting this car around the corner.
Yeah, there's no downforce. There's no downforce. So, you brake on this car, and there is nothing to grip that car to the ground. So if you brake a little bit too hard, or you put the foot down a bit too early, all of a sudden you've got no grip on that car, and it slides all over the place.
You could probably ask these drivers, they will tell you that this has understeer and oversteer at the same time throughout corners.
But the thing is, these cars are so powerful in the straight. Once you get them out the corner, you can actually blaze it down the straight. We saw this in pre-season testing. It's just getting the car to turn that's a bit of an issue. Which wouldn't be an issue if this was drag racing, except it's not drag racing. As DA been out of shape there, but that's to be expected with these cars. It really is just like absolutely wrestling the car. But Lingvis on the back of Demian Dye, trying to give Y Maiori its first podium, its first race after the rebrand from Leicester obviously to Shrewsbury, and now Y Maiori under a new principal. and trying to get a debut podium for the team, chasing down Demi and Di for Shell Paraguay.
Not with the fastest lap now.
Yeah, I mean, MV, we know they're strong. They currently got a good race position, 5th and 7th, could end up in the podium spots after the pit stops. As we look further down in the field to see GU and Roman Licksteiner. Of course, Roman Licksteiner and Platinum. Not really expected to do too much from me, but others had different opinions. But oh, and then we can see a fight. Moonat and Leicester, they're continuing their little scrap that we've seen them have a bit at this time, and they've actually now dragged in Boucher. And if there's one driver you don't really want to have having the opportunity to die bomb you, it's probably Mariette Boucher. But Leicester going down the inside.
She's prone to flipping cars around like it's
not prone to flipping cars. She's prone to attempted murder, and she's going to go down the inside of Leicester here. Potentially, not quite.
Ballagin and Boucher.
Ballagin and Boucher in a 4-way fight for 7th. I see no way this possibly ends badly at all. As Ballagin's got ahead.
Oh,
Moonat goes into the back of Leicester.
Ballagin
Leicester gets spun by Moonat. Yep, and that's going to drag in Ewan Licksteiner. Boucher goes down the inside. I had to stop the car. That basically just essentially nullified the whole battle. Boucher and Ballagin nearly touched going up the hill. Jesus Christ, that got close. And you can see the car sliding into Ballagin there.
Yeah, they touched multiple times.
GU's come from nowhere into this fight. Ballagin goes down the inside. They've got to be careful. It's easy to lose it at this corner here. GU barges his way past Boucher there. Absolutely well in there. Boucher comes back down the inside and gets half spun. You then also gets a little bit off throttle. This allows Licksteiner to go right down the inside of GU for 11th. Can't get the job done there. Now gets the power on the straight and gets ahead. You just had to back off for a second there. And this is also dragged in Hayley Knight, who's at a very nice race. She started this race 19th, and she's currently fighting for 12th, but, well, that happened.
She's nearly around.
The first jinx
down
for
to
me
19.
this season. Yep, the first jinx for me this season has gone to Hayley Knight. So, I apologise.
I'm petitioning to make Logan pay for every jinx, like 20 quid for every jinx he does.
You would actually put me in debt until I retire.
I mean, I'd be rich.
I mean...
I'd be a billionaire at the end of the season.
There we see Linguist. Knight was having a good race, and then unfortunately one bad incident, and now she's down with the 2 Ironsides and Rivik Singh, so... I mean, Benjamin Allison's not even on the points. But, laps. Ooh. A little bit too quiet, perhaps.
Can we have a report on the cars are approximately pitting? Because it could get interesting around here, because we have halfway the distance already covered. I'm expecting it to pit like around lap 9. I think that's
probably.
Yeah, it's...
Well, we are going to see. It's also going to be interesting to see how long the pit stops are on these cars. It looked like it was definitely short with Cordova, but here we go.
Yeah, they obviously had to replace a bumper, so we have to probably count that as well in.
Well, we're going to see, aren't we? How much pit stops are a factor this year. They've been pretty big factor in the old cars we use, but... I'm
estimating pit stops
only
to
Lingvist, we'll get that
nice move by Lingvist.
Lingvist goes right around the outside, and Waibayori in their first race after the rebrand are up into the podium spots. So good job by Austin Lingvist, who's obviously been with the team, if you ignore rebrands, all the way since season 1. It's been a real stalwart of that team, as has Demi and Dyer Paraguay, to be fair. So 2 veterans of the game, if you will, going wheel to wheel for 3rd.
And I joined them in season 2.
These 2 know their current teams very well. Been there for years.
Yeah. Probably the main drivers.
2 drivers who, if you were given the chance to start, you probably wouldn't say no, to be fair. But they're having a good little start there for 3rd.
Charlotte Thompson, who started season 1 with, then it was Kiss Motorsport.
Yeah, and then she actually ended up at Leicester / Shrewsbury, that's why.
Oh, she's in
ITCL. Now she's in ITCL with Velociter. I mean,
Clarkin, stop jinxing people!
How do I jinx Lingus? I was praising both of them. If anything, it would have made more sense if Demi and Di and Lingus killed each other.
Watch your Di blow up throughout the race.
To be fair, that is also the Austin Lingvist DNA.
He's
going to come back down the inside here.
It's close, but not enough.
Nice and close the door.
I mean, this really is the Austin Lingvist DNA. Absolutely brilliant driver, but he has a nasty habit of bottling it.
They run down.
They're side by side.
Well, Lingus could down the inside there, because it's a great opportunity to overtake here. And he takes it around the inside, but India fights him off around the outside. Now, you can see the uphill battle going into the Schumacher S's. Will Lindqvist have the better cornering speed, or coming out of the corner? Doesn't seem like it. India stays supreme. No, Lindqvist tries it. Now has the inside for the second Schumacher S. And does it.
And look who's getting
they're still side by side.
Yeah, but look at this. You've also dragged in Mendes and also Babinu. So...
Lindqvist now has to defend.
Oh! You see Babinu just sliding all over the place in the background. As Lindqvist and Mendes come together a little bit there on the run out the corner. We're into the final sector now. Lindqvist 4th, Mendes 5th, Babinu 6th, and Dio's got about a second gap to these three. Then you can see all the way back there in the background, Lester, Munat, Balajin.
Could also become a factor in the fight for the podium. It depends how much India and Lindqvist are fighting.
Mendes don't see many overtakes into the final corner. He's gone for it,
especially seen last year here, nasty incident when Surma tried to take it around inside.
I took him out for half the season.
Well, meeting a barrier head on is not a great idea, especially if you're on Jamaica. You're probably high. He was high as shit there.
It's pretty funny because the man it's funny.
Oh, Babinu drifting in the background.
Babinu goes, but he lost no possessions because of how far back Leicester was.
But now he's dragged Leicester for the
Mendes is trying to get ahead of Lindqvist. Babinu straight back into the fight.
Yeah, they lose a lot of time.
Babinu lost absolutely nothing in this, and now Leicester's involved from nowhere.
And he is now 2.5 seconds ahead.
Well, this is Primos then Lindqvist driving, but he is up into 4th. Then Mendes, Babinu, Leicester.
Get a report on Nomura, and Nomura's now in the hat.
The Nomura update, dominating.
Yeah, I think he's going to win this race. He's going to run away with this unless the pit stops fuck him massively.
Unless he blows up. Meanwhile, in all of this, somehow Shogun and Yukai have got their way up into the double points. No idea when that happened, how, but they've done that. Fair play to them, I guess. Madison isn't even to the points.
Normal Shogun race. Just somehow they just get into the point. You don't know how.
Actually, yeah, that just summed up Cosworks in season 4.
I think Madison's trying it around the outside or inside.
Oh, Madison goes to the move on Bexkey. Is he actually going to get up into the point?
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know.
Not yet.
Bexkey has the backhand or the inside in the Schumacher S's.
You and Knight are into this fight as well.
And now Madison wrestles the car up the hill, goes on the inside and has the spot secured. But Bexkey could go on the outside now. Down the straight into the corner, dives bombs and goes past with a little bit of contact. Madison is wrestling the car around
this train.
Oh, no, Madison's past Bexkey.
Well, one thing I'm noticing about the racing this year.
So Mendes down to P6.
Leicester's going for it, but.
What?
What the hell happened there? Leicester tried to go down the inside, lost the back end, nearly came with the pressure from Munat, and nearly did a Trey Sermon there, but he's kept it alive.
Probably massive understeer coming off the corner, then the rear just tried to overtake him. He had to wrestle the car.
Get ahead of him, but at least he's kept himself alive.
And Bexkey's past Madison again.
But yeah, one thing I've noticed about the cars this year is, last year, if you made a mistake, it's fine. You might be able to get away.
Oh my god!
This year, you make one or
3
two
cars
mistakes.
side by side there.
This is what I mean. You have a battle this year, and you make 1 or 2 mistakes. You end up with trains like this, where you've got 10 cars stacked up behind each other because everyone's making mistakes.
Oh, the Kenneth Lim trying around the inside for...
Well, they've got one of the oldest drivers on the grid in Haley Knight, and one of the youngest on the grid in Kenneth Lim, so... Gonna be interesting to see how this goes.
2 generations, as per se, you could.
I mean... I think Knight might be old enough to be Lim's mum, but it's not the point here.
Kenneth Lim might be Hawkinson's son.
Oh!
Whoa! And Knight goes wide, and my god, Lim!
Jesus.
Lim.
Somehow he carried
Lim
it.
just did about 6 half spins and still kept it going. How's he done that one then? This isn't rallying. If you did that in rallying, you'd be getting driver of the year. What a piece of driving by Kenneth Lim that was.
Yeah, well, it's my photo.
The car was practically drifting down the straight. That was incredible. Further ahead though. Yeah, we are on.
Oh, Leicester lost some position. But actually now P9.
To be fair, saying Leicester lost some positions is a statement that's not exactly new in WTCL. Applying to both the driver and the team.
I mean, lost something, yeah, he lost a bit.
Yeah, I feel like the Moore must have made a massive mistake somewhere.
Yeah, he lost about a second.
No, 3 seconds. It was about 5.5 seconds.
Oh, the moment Ezio has a slight moment out of the last turn.
No more coming this way.
So lap 10 is the pit stop window apparently. So it's going to be basically a dash to the line. That's going to get interesting. Update on Upside Down, by the way. Conor Ryan 24th, Edgar O'Connor 21st. The Irish duo, meme duo, if you will. Well, doing about as well as everyone expected. But here's the two MVs.
Oh, both MVs are pitting at the same time. That's weird.
I think everyone pit in this lap.
Well, Envy have had a good weekend, but they've also had a bad weekend. Because they raised the expectations so high in Season 4 that anything that's not a podium is now a bad result for them. Here's Singh and Knight going wheel to wheel. And Singh goes down the inside, gets that done fairly cleanly. Knight might come back down the inside. She does. And bit of contact. They're now going to drag in Crow. Knight's ahead, though. Up into 18th place. Then Singh and Crow. And, oh, that's Corleone. Well, oh, and there's Goldschmidt and Ravakas. And, well.
It's under 2 seconds now.
Yeah, I mean, Ezio... I feel like I made a mistake somewhere, and Ezio's just slightly faster.
Ezio just made 3/10s.
Oh, what's happened? Yeah, I wonder if Nomura's having trouble. We mentioned that corner.
Yeah, Nomura might be struggling with the tires now. Not in the best condition.
Well, we know he had a massive advantage at one point, so I'm just wondering how much of the fuel and tires he used. Because if you use up more fuel and tires, I mean, yeah, like you can see, yeah, I wonder if he's just used up the tires a lot in the early part of the race to get the gap, and now he's had to cling on for dear life. Almost.
Oh, and they crashed in the pit lane.
Ezio takes the lead, but there's damage, and that's massive for the championship. There's in D8.
I feel like it's going to be a couple of pit stop crashes. Let's look at the pit stop.
It might actually turn into
Let's look at the pit entry. Let's look at the pit entry. I think that's
that might not be a horrible idea. Bad news, they've made it all through. Someone's knocked over a cone, but who cares?
They added 2 T-Burgers.
No, they're 2 platinums.
Yeah, they look the same, honestly.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, you've got to slow the cars down slowly.
Oh yeah, Cordova probably has a massive advantage if you fueled up the car completely full.
I feel like Cordova might have to pit once more, given these cars went 10 laps, if he max fuel it. Right, was that... How?
Oh.
What?
What's happening?
I thought Betsky led, but no, she was just going to her pit box at the end of the pit.
Oh, and Ezio still makes it!
Ezio just ahead! By about a millimetre.
And Cordova comes down the straight now.
Had Nomura got maybe a 2/10 faster pit stop,
we need to push.
Yeah, oh, yellow flags.
I collided again.
And
DA is coming. Lindquist goes.
Mendez.
And Spalagin. Goldschmidt is...
No. Ryan! What?
What the
Come on, Ryan!
In the actual world.
Okay, we've seen some weird moments at the Nürburgring last season.
There's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag.
Yeah, because they're slow out of the pit.
Yeah, Conor Ryan was like 24th before the pit stops. He's now 9th.
But he just...
Sorry, what the fuck? Conor Ryan the fucking GOAT. He's back. Cordova is 3rd, but he is going to pick. Hang on a minute.
Oh no.
Hang on a minute. It's literally the qualifying order right now. Ezio Nomura Cordova.
Punt him out.
Cordova hasn't got the pace. He's on old tyres. Yeah. But still, oh my god, what is Conor Ryan doing?
Yeah, Ryan's really slow.
Conor Ryan has just appeared in the points. Everyone's trying to figure out what the hell this car is. They haven't seen the upside down all week. But anyway, I think this is the first time we've actually seen the upside down in a race this season. After 11 laps. Here it is in all its beauty. The Middlesbrough 708 kit. Conor Ryan, the GOAT, driving it.
I think...
by Garmin in the red.
Valvoline.
Nope. Nice. That has very innocent purposes.
If Ryan doesn't make a mistake, a big mistake, then I think Ryan can finish in the point.
You say that as he nearly spins for the corner.
Yeah, but that's normal with these cars.
Well, yeah, you can see how much time Cordova's lost. So, into the pits he comes.
Oh!
So that's going to put Cordova to the back of the field.
And now it's a battle for lead. 3 laps left.
3 laps to go. It's Italy versus Japan. It's Nomura versus Ezio. It's Stoffel versus Esther. 2 teams who have been in the sport.
Imagine they punt each other out to blow up. They is going to win
Demi and Dye
race.
comes through to win, and Paraguay's like, wait, what is this? What is a feature race win?
What?
We only do sprint race wins.
So if we go by that, Ezio won in season 1 and then in season 3, and it's season 5 now, so I think we can...
Out of the pits, 16th!
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's 16th out of the pits.
I'll take on that one then. I think yellow flags because he was going out the pits. Rodal has once again... I mean, it's a new season, and Shogun Yakai are still forcing their way into a double points via the pit stops.
Yeah, I'm dying getting the position because of Cordova. It's 3-8 for Ryan.
P16, he might be able to get some points here. He's at the back of this train, you can see here. I mean, you can see him there. In my opinion, the best livery on the grid this season. And no, Alex has not taken me hostage.
Nice, yeah, I'm paying him off for every time he says that, you know? Like 50 quid every time he says that.
Well, Ezio's now got a second lead over Nomura, so... Maybe that early pace on Nomura was just a bit of a red herring.
Oh! Ezio! Don't tell me he's out! And he's out now!
You know what's funny? The leader of the race the leader of the feature race in this track last season blew up as well.
Stop jinxing people, lad!
No, Ezio just blows up every time he's leading a race, so he's in a good position.
I mean, literally, you know what's funny? Guess what? Wasn't it Balajin from the lead of the race last season at this exact track that blew up?
Yeah.
Leading at the Nürburgring in the feature race is just cursed. Nomura, run! Wow. I mean, Ezio blowing up from an important position has never happened before. It definitely didn't happen about 7
Ryan
times
gains
in
another
season
position. 3-7 for Conor Ryan.
Conor Ryan is 7th. What is this?
Oh my lord, the absolute limbs.
We've still got the sprint race to go.
And the absolute limbs here.
Oh, this is... Oh, that's gonna be fucking cancer. Well,
Ryan holds on for 7th.
Well,
Jesus.
I mean, unless Nomura doesn't Ezio, he's won the race. Oh,
Ooh, mistake.
lost a lot of time there. Yeah, like she hit the curb quite hard.
Oh, look at that train.
Yeah, welcome to the midfield. There's Baminu. There's Cordova. Cordova might get points because of Ezio blowing up.
He did a massive recovery, to be fair.
It's also worth noting that the Stoffel principal has mental health issues, so if someone could check up on him after this race, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Lichtsteiner.
Well, you say he's driving slowly. I don't think that's actually just the average pace of Lichtsteiner. So, nothing really weird there. Oh! And then he gets taken out by a Malaysian. I guess this is revenge for dropping a GU. I think Nürburgring had GU at some point. Or they were linked to him anyway.
Yeah, we were
they were linked to him. This is yeah.
That is GU into Barian.
I mean, they were linked.
Speaking of GU.
Both were linked with Nürburgring, actually, Lim and you.
And DA's got the gap down to 3 seconds. I swear it was like 3.8.
Corner into the point.
Albini and Cordova. Oh, 2 former teammates.
Let's see. Wait. Oh yeah, they were teammates at Drake in that title-winning season 2. It feels like a lot. It feels weird, doesn't it, to say that they were teammates, but it did happen.
No, it was weird that Drake won the championship and now they are. They are last. Look at that.
Cordova was off. Has he blown up, or is that just a braking error?
No, you just got too wide.
Wow.
Too deep.
Well, there goes Cordova's chance of the points, and probably, and then he takes out Singh, to be fair.
Well, Madison is 16th, so there's 1 point to be left.
You're putting your faith in points in Benjamin Madison. I would argue you're already doomed. It's like putting faith in gambling when the gambling expert is me.
He makes an overtake. What is this? What is this universe?
You say that, Lim's gonna come back down the inside here.
Oh god, I lost the pace.
1 lap to go for the leaders here, Nomura and Andrea.
Balajin and Mendes.
2 former teammates as well.
Maybe Stoffel might still get a podium.
No
White flag race has got the final lap of the race. Nomura's gonna win it. DA second, Lingus third. Nah, Balajin and Mendes fighting for 4th. We'll see how this ends up.
Mendes both blow up now because Logan's just said it.
Mendes goes down the inside.
Oh, Mendes slow.
Balashing stays ahead.
It might be a chance for Moonlight to come back in here if they lose 3 seconds.
Mendes goes back down the inside.
He's ahead.
Yep. Mendes up to P4.
And then we can see Moonlight in the background. Not entirely out yet.
He is though. There's Betsky and you and Bavenu.
Down in the pits, everything is possible. Upside down points, not pits. Everything is possible if Connor Ryan is in the point.
Edgar Connor down at 18. Right by the outside, and the Cordova bottles it.
I think the car is just giving up on him.
Yeah, it's make excuses to your main driver.
Yeah, it's a Mercedes time.
It's like the meme. You know the meme with Gordon Ramsay is like when one person blows up or fucks up. It's like when he cues. Oh!
When Cordova makes a mistake, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. When Melissa makes a mistake, you fucking donkey. It's just
warning.
but it really is just like Ferrari with Leclerc and Vettel, really. Now that I think about it.
I mean, Nürburgring is pinpointing its hopes on points on Magnussen.
Let's go back to the front of the field where Koyasuke Nomura. Well, it might be a bit of a fortunate win, but a win is a win. And he comes on the final corner. Koyasuke Nomura, the man that Nürburgring.
The Esther car here now on his first win of the season here for Esther. Kiyosaki Nomura finished the line, comes across the line for first. And Dive for second in a strong finish. Lindqvist in third for the new Oscar Waimauri team. Strong finish. And then Mendes in fourth, Balasin in fifth. And then Moonlight rounds off the envy points in fourth and sixth. And in the upside down in seventh. Absolute limbs. Boucher in 10, rounds up to top 10. Roll and Beksky, Shogun Yakai double point finish. And then it's the Babinu and then Madison.
And then speaking of limbs, here comes Kenneth Lim to finish 16th. Lexington in 17th.
O'Connor in 18th, strong finish. Knight and Cordova, Singh. And the forgettable drivers.
And then Hacker took crowd because Cordio.
In the gold, Sebastian Goldschmidt comes across and now I can't do this. It's hard to believe he's a podium finisher. It's easy to believe he's a shit driver.
I'm just gonna put it out here. There were 7 different teams in the top 8. This is a very open series, a very open season as I predicted. Fuck knows how Conor Ryan ended up 7th, but I'm not complaining. I mean, as we know, Conor Ryan is actually a more naturally talented driver than Ezra Ventura, so... Okay,
it's time to wrap this up, guys.
Yeah.
We just had the greatest bullshit quote here in history. It's like saying Gordon Ramsay is less talented than Logan at cooking. It just ain't not happening.
I think Nomura grabbed the fastest lap too.
Yeah, he grabbed the fastest lap. Apart from that, Fernando Corleone, Drake had a weak weekend this time.
So far.
25th, 26th, it's not fast enough. They have not good drivers. Yeah. They need an improvement.
Well, I don't know why they dropped the order for Corleone. Was bad in ITC endurance too.
I don't know why they put
and
Corleone
then before that, Corleone flopped at and Leicester, and then Peregrine too.
He's just a mid-tier ITCL driver. He's nothing near the WTCL.
Yeah, well, after the injury, he hasn't been the best.
Yeah. Apart from that, maybe Ranga having a decent weekend in 24th and 19th. There's still room for
decent weekend.
But we don't talk about the last few laps of Luis Cordova, who's managed to absolutely bottle it. To be fair, many people, the team, he usually didn't crack under prep.
Yeah, well, and it's Santos who really just underperformed every possible expectation, I think.
Yeah, it's not good enough for them, definitely not. But apart from that, Nürburgring, they said they're going to have a title challenge in Season 5. Didn't quite work out, 13th and I think 22nd? No, 21st. It's not a title challenge, is it? It's more or less a fight to survive, not to get relegated. And Peregrine, we have to note Peregrine. Last season we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. This season they've come absolutely from nowhere and finished in second this time, and in double points finishes actually, second and 14th. So it's a very open championship, as predicted. And
I mean, Peregrine was basically in the last part of the season. They just didn't score any points, but they were good before that. Maybe they fixed this inconsistency for this season. Yeah, but I think the sprint race will hold more interesting battles because the slower drivers will be up front, and the better drivers who can control these cars better will start from behind. I expect one big crash. We will see. So we have that race tomorrow and ITCL season opener, which should also be interesting. I don't know who will get promoted. I didn't even have a prediction for that. It just seems to be really close. And obviously GTCL also started this weekend. We will have race reports on those races. So make sure to check that because it should be more interesting now with the new rules. So with all that being said, see you tomorrow.
And the sprint race.
Yeah, make sure to watch the races. Until then, goodbye.
Alright, lads.